Hi guys, considering the current state of prop firm industry, a lot of my followers ask me which prop firm should I go for, struggling to choose the right one for them, whether due to the fear of being scammed, denied the payout, or not knowing which one has the best rules. So being in the industry, trading prop firms for 3 years now, I've been with the ones that went bust, like MyForex Funds and Bespoke Funding, so I know what a bad prop firm is. And I've also been with the best one in the industry, like FTMO, Fivers, and Top Step, etc. So in the first part of this video, I'll help you choose the best prop firm for you and the challenge as well. And in the second, I'll reveal the top 5 prop firms that are the best in my opinion and experience. So let me introduce you to PropFirmMatch, which is a platform that helps find the best prop trading firms for your needs. I personally use this website when I need to find a good prop firm, and I highly recommend checking it out. Going on the website, we can see straight away there is April offers, which in my opinion is a very useful feature as it includes all the offers available for a majority of prop firms. This saves you a lot of time because when I was looking for a prop firm, I had to go on all these websites separately like FTMO, Fivers, Top Step, My Funded Effects, and it takes a lot of time looking for the best offers, checking which criteria they have for their funded accounts. But here it's all in one place, so we're starting with the offers, very useful. And then if we go down, we can see the challenges tab, and here you can compare the prices. If you go on filter, you can choose the type of firm you want to go for, extra account promo, firms, daily drawdown, filter all these for you. But the best feature is advanced filtering. So here you can tailor it to your needs, so you can choose the price from 13 to basically 7,100, profit split, max daily loss, drawdown, commission, payout frequency, everything. And so you can tailor it to what you're exactly looking for, and you can choose accounts as minimum as 5k to 2 million in funding here. And if we go to firms tab, here you can compare the firms as well. There's a filter tab and you can see which ranking they have, what countries they support, how many years in operations, which assets, platforms they support, and stuff like that, and what's the max allocation. One of my favorite features about it is that you can see the reviews. So for example, Alpha Capital here has got 4.3 stars, and Blueberry's got 4, Fiverr's got 4.8. And bear in mind, it's very important that all these reviews are written by the actual funded traders and the traders that got payout. So you're not able to write a review if you're not funded with a prop firm. They actually check it. So if we go on reviews tab, here you will see that over 5,000 real reviews from prop firm traders. Every review is manually verified by our team to ensure its authenticity. So here you can choose whether you want to see reviews from funded people only or the ones that got payout. For example, here Fivers has the best rating, and from my personal experience, this is very valid reason for Fivers to be in top 1. And especially this is the firm that has been in the industry for over 10 years now. Also, I would like to mention that if you go to the offers page and press the exclusive offers tab, you get to see all the exclusive offers that PropFirmMatch has with the prop firms. So for example, here on Alpha Capital, you get 15% off plus a free account of the same size if reaching payout on all challenges. This is pretty useful. There's so many deals like that, for example, on Fivers as well. And it just helps you get the best value out of your money. And I strongly recommend using that because why not? And then finally, they have the loyalty program. So if you were to buy a challenge with any prop firm through PropFirmMatch, you get loyalty points, and these loyalty points you can convert to free funded challenges. And let me just show you how it works. So if you go on Alpha Capital, you press buy, and let's say go for any account, 100k, press buy, then it asks you, would you like to receive the loyalty points in your PropFirmMatch account? You have to press yes, add to my account. It's just chosen by default. Then you go to the firm website, buy the challenge. Then you have to come back once you've done that and press on these things. So this is your loyalty points. You get 200 automatically for signing up, and it's pretty easy to collect them. Once you reach 2,000 of them, you get a free 5k account, and then it just increases in size every time you claim your points. So when I said it's easy to collect them, just because you can subscribe to all the social media, and just this will give you 800 points plus the initial 200 for signing up. And you need just 2k for 5k. So as you can see, 2k for 5k, and then it just goes all the way to 500k. Once you purchase your funded account through PropFirmMatch, you have to come back to your dashboard and press claim to get your loyalty points. Then they will ask you your basic information, you press next. And the most important part is that you'll have to include your receipt of purchase of that funded account in here as a file. And at the bottom you can see the affiliate code. So you can use my affiliate code and they will give you twice more points than you'll get normally. So for example, for this one you'll get 200 points, you'll get 400 if you use my link. I'll include it in the description of this video, so feel free to check it out if you need to. So if this website is something you're looking for and you think it will help you find the right prop firm and the challenge, then check it out and let me know what you think about it. Okay, so now it's time for me to reveal my top 5 favorite prop firms that I've actually been with. So I've done a lot of research, I've done my personal due diligence, and over the last 3 years, I've made a solid opinion on them. And if you can see in front of them, it's actually 6 prop firms. Alpha Capital is the one that I'm not going to include in this rating. The reason why is because I haven't been funded with them, but I'd like to share with you my personal opinion. So 3 months ago, my friend got funded Alpha Capital. So it was his third 100k funded challenge, the funded one. So he had a few payouts before that with them as well. I had no problems. But then 3 months ago, when he tried to claim a payout, they refused it for him for the reason that he placed 0.1 lots apparently on one of his trades, which, bear in mind, in their trade terms and conditions, this is not prohibited. But they started making a reason for them not to pay him out because he had about $5,000 in payout, and they just refused to do that. So he spent 3 or 4 weeks going back and forth, chasing them, arguing with them, trying to get his payout. So imagine how frustrated you would be if you made this money and you expect them to get your payout, but they refuse it, just making up a reason not to give you the money. And he spent so much time. After that, he eventually got his payout. It was a very hard process. He was very stressed about it because he didn't know what he's supposed to do now. He didn't know whether he's going to get his money. And then after that, he just switched from Alpha Capital to Top Step. And I'll back this situation up with also the ratings that you can find on PropFirmMatch. Alpha Capital hasn't got the best rating, so it's behind Fiverr's, E8, FTMO, and all these prop firms. It is behind, and some people say that they also had problems with the payout. So I'm just warning you, you still can go for Alpha Capital, but this is just what I've heard and what I've seen from my personal experience. So for that reason, I'm going to exclude Alpha Capital from this rating. And on the 5th place, I'll put my funded futures. So why my funded futures and not Top Step? Basically, the only reason between them, I would say, that made me put in the 5th place is the price. So my funded futures is slightly more expensive than Top Step, and I just don't see why I would go for them instead of Top Step, right? And so for that reason, I'll put Top Step in the 4th place. I'm not going to go into details explaining what is the max drawdown, what's the profit target, and etc. What I'm actually trying to explain to you is that no matter how good the numbers are on their websites, it's still influenced by other factors like how good they pay out, what's the customer service like, etc. So this is what basically I'm doing here, because they can all promise very big discounts, very low, for example, profit targets and very big drawdowns and everything like that. But in truth, the spreads can really mess you up. The customer service can be very poor, and they may not give you your payout. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm just explaining to you what my experience has shown to me and what my friends as well have explained to me about these prop firms. So the main reason why futures prop firms are in 5th and 4th place compared to the prop firms like that operate in FX is they have more complex requirements to pass the challenges. So for example, in FTMO 100k, you have 10% drawdown and you have to make 10% profit in the first stage. In Top Step, for 100k, your drawdown is 3k and you have to make 6k to pass the challenge. So proportionally with FTMO and Top Step, even FTMO, if we include the second stage, you still have to make less percents compared to Top Step, which I mean, why would you go for Top Step, right? If you have to put more work in. And they also have this annoying consistency rule on Top Step, and they also only give you 50% payout ratio, which is quite low compared to FTMO, Fiverr's, or E8 who give you 80%, right? So you earn less, it's harder to pass the challenge, and the only advantage is just as futures, okay? And it's obviously cheaper compared to these free prop firms because you have to pay one time off fee. But here is rolling monthly and it's much cheaper. So this is basically one of the reasons why you would want to go for futures. Okay, so moving to the 3rd place, I'd put E8 Markets. E8 Markets, I've personally had the 10k challenge with them. I failed it. It was like a year ago, but I really liked the customer service of E8. It's very quick, it's very on point, they're very helpful, and the spreads were decent. So I think it was like 0.2 spread. And they're quite established in the US company. They've been around for 3 or 4 years now, and the price is just a bit more expensive than Fiverr and FTMO, but I think they are in top 3 because they're just quite credible and reliable company. They also have a lot of discounts, so if you're lucky enough you can catch a good offer on them, then I don't see why you wouldn't go for EAs or compared to FTMO or Fiverr. My second place would be Fiverr. However, I was really struggling with choosing this one because I had a 60k challenge with Fiverr, and what I loved about this Fiverr account is that their spreads are just perfect. They have very, very small spread. So on EURUSD, for comparison, on FTMO, the spread on EURUSD was 0.3 to 0.2 pips. On Fiverr, it was 0.1. It was sometimes like very, very small spread. So it was very nice to trade because if you want to enter the position, it will be entering exactly what you want, like very small difference. While on FTMO, sometimes my entry was like quite higher than I expected. They've also been in industry for about 9 to 10 years now, so they're definitely not going to go bust anytime soon. Very credible. They have very high reviews on all these prop firm comparison sites like PropFirmMatch. So I'll definitely recommend going for Fiverr, and they're also cheaper than FTMO. But the main reason why they're on the second place and FTMO is on the first is because FTMO now is just a huge company. They've been around also for like 5 or 6 years now. Not as long as Fiverr, but if you heard the news, they purchased Oanda, I think half a year ago. It was like 16 or 60 million deal. So they have so much money. FTMO is so big that it's really hard for them to actually like go bust. Plus they have a lot of perks like their Forex calendar. So on the website, you can check the Forex calendar and you can see which news you cannot trade. They're just flagged as red calendar news. And on Fiverr, when I wanted to like just hold my trade over the news, because sometimes there's news that have very low volatility, like retail consumer sentiment or something like that. And it's like it doesn't really provide as much volatility like CPI. And if I was swinging, that wouldn't really affect my position, but I couldn't hold it, right? Because what if it stops my TP and stuff like that? In Fiverr, they count every red folder news on Forex Factory as a like restricted event. On FTMO, it's just like maybe CPI, FOMC, some oil news, and like a couple more. So it's basically not all the red news folders. So it's a bit more relaxed. It's not like I'm encouraging you to trade the news, but if that's an issue for you, then FTMO is the one. And also FTMO has a very useful psychology sessions. So they are free. Once you get funded with them, you can have, I think, twice a month a psychology session with FTMO professional coaches. And I've had 2 myself. Very, very useful. It's like 40 to 50 minutes each. And they just go through all your problems. They help you identify where the areas of improvement, where you're going wrong, and it's all completely free. And that's what I loved about FTMO. They actually help you grow. They don't just want you to buy a challenge and fail it. They really want you to grow, because once you hit a certain amount of payouts, a certain threshold, you can start working for FTMO. They give you a higher payout split, like 90 or 95. And they also, I think once you have made, I think 5 payouts without blowing your account, they give you a one-time 100% payout ratio. So which is amazing in my opinion. So in terms of reliability, FTMO is the most popular one, the most credible one, and this makes my top 5. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please let me know. Also, I've launched my Telegram channel where I'll be posting all my trades, the winning and losing trades, and also all my thoughts about trading industry, and I'll provide you with updates. If you're interested in something like that, check the description of this video. And that's probably the best way to contact me if you want to get in touch, through the Telegram channel.